What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this video came out a little bit later than I wanted to, but I also want to make a little bit of an announcement. I've been releasing videos for a bit, and I kind of feel like I have a gauge on the type of videos that work and the type of videos that don't. So I'm not going to make any kind of major changes here, but I do want to starting to focus in on those type of videos to like increase like the quality of the, just increase the overall quality, and just to make it like like a little bit better for everybody. So I'm probably going to be releasing less videos throughout the week, but I'm going to try to make them more engaging and just make them more, like I said, just make them more focused on the kind of stuff that works. So without further ado, let's go and get into these cards. I picked out a couple of them that I've kind of like looked at during the weekend, and some that I've talked about with my friends. So I've talked a lot. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's do these cards. Alright, let's go ahead and get some of these cards. We're going to start this off with talking about Stardust Dragon. There's nothing really crazy going on with Stardust Dragon, but something that I've noticed is that there's almost no like copy that's really under $1. Now that's honestly probably because of like past formats and Edison format. Like I don't really think it's anything related to the meta. I know we have the Excel Stardust Dragon, but like I don't really think that's the exact card that's making this one go up. This is probably mostly just because a lot of people, like you're playing past, like you're playing some kind of past format, and usually if you're playing Edison, you're gonna have the Stardust. So like even the rare right here with Toon Chaos, which kind of like got me to like look at this card in the first place. You got near mint unlimited 10 copies for 59 cents. Even that right there, that's actually surprising. These are still holding around the 60 cent mark. But every other copy we kind of go down. These are from the, I think this is the alt art from the promo. It's from the like one of the promo. I actually have one right here actually. Yeah, it's like one of the promo packs. It came with like a bunch of different alt arts, and this right here is the Stardust Dragon that came in there. This was pretty cool. I know that one's kind of going for $1. The rare right here from the turbo pack, going to the $1. The super rare from Shadow Spectre, like this thing randomly just came in. Shadow Spectre is super rare. This one right here is actually going for more. This is going around more in like the $2 range. It's probably just because it's kind of harder to find. You got a lot of damaged copies, so we're not going to go too deep into that. But yeah, but keep in mind that if you're going through bulk, or you see some, see a rare Stardust, in your hollow bulk, whatever it is, they're actually worth a little bit of money. So I'd pull those out now. Kind of want to take a look at them. Coral Dragon. I actually needed a Coral Dragon this weekend, so I ended up going down, to Frankincense to buy a Coral Dragon, and I looked them up, and I was, for some reason I thought this had a common printing. I don't know why I had this thing in my head that said a common printing, but it did not have a common printing. But these ultras right here are going for freaking $5 essentially. You got like near mint first dead 404 with the $1 shipping. It's pretty much like like if you can find the homie or the hookup, they're like $4, but everywhere else they're kind of giving them at this price point, the $4.90. And yeah, that's pretty much the price that I was kind of able to get this at. It was like $5, and it kind of surprised me. But if you think about it, it very much makes sense. You got the secret rare right here. You got the moderate plays, but then you got the light plate first hit for 20, near mint unlimited for 22, near mint first hit 24. So essentially, like you got like it's like $24, $25 for for this card. It really does make sense, because this is a very, very good bridge. Like this is the card that's pretty much going to, it lets you to discard a card to to target and destroy, and then it draws you a card when it's used as material. So that right there is just a crazy advantage. It allows a lot of the decks to do lines where they're able to get out 3 monsters, go into Coral Dragon, destroy a card in the field, then synchro into Barone, and then get a draw off that, which that right there is very powerful. That's a really good like power play, kind of power move if you're trying to like go through someone's board and you can just go through it with no interruption. So yeah, so if you're trying to get these, are about 25, like $20 to $25, depending if you're trying to find a near mint or a light plate. But speaking of Barone, I got Barone right here. This is actually an Omni Negate that I didn't go over in my other market watch. Talked about Omni Negates. It kind of I guess I just wasn't really thinking about it, but at the same time, even though Barone may or may not find its way into some of the decks, I haven't seen some decks that kind of run this as like the second option, so they get hand trapped. They have like a line where they go into Barone. So kind of like with that being said, I think this is probably one of the lowest price points we're gonna get Barone. Even the chart right here went all the way down. Now it's kind of starting to slowly come back up and plateau. So I really do. I'm feeling. Let's see. We got $57. You got $58, $59. You got like $60 for the original ultra rare Barone. You know, like to be honest, like 60 bucks is good. That's like, you know, cut the price in half. But if you're really just looking for the deal and you need Barone, just I would just go ahead and go and pick up this version right here. You got a 46.89, pretty much like 47, yeah, 47 to $48 like for this card. You're saving yourself $12 essentially. Like I said, I wouldn't be picky right now. I would just get myself the the $48 Barone, and I would just call it a day, because you don't want to be like, you really don't want to be caught without Omni Negates. You like it, even like you know, even if you think you're not gonna need them, you might want to run a card like Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, which, you know, kind of, you know, you're gonna need at least one copy of that card. So you might as well kind of have some of these cards in the bag. If you know, like I said, if you need it, get it out. If you don't need it, then, you know, I guess put it on the back. But I'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, especially with the price fluctuations. Nightmare Unicorn. This is a card that initially I kind of was like, why, and then also I do realize that there's a lot of more decks that are using IP Masquerena, and this is a really good card to like go into with the IP Masquerena. You know, it gets you the interruption on your opponent's turn when it's summoned. It, you know, it spins something back, and then also too, it's also like a very good bridge. Like, you know, just serves as a good generic bridge, a good option to go to. Like I said, also has, you know, the generic field removal. So the secret rares, these right here, that they're not really surprising me. Like, I'm understanding why. You got like the near mint unlims for about 13 bucks, and then you got moderate plate 17s, light plate 18. Let's see if we can find a near mint first edition, 19 bucks. So really about $19 for a near mint first edition copy. That's actually not bad. You're essentially paying $20 for a first ed, maybe like 15 for a non first ed. But the ultras are actually where I think it's at. I would just get these ultras. These ultras look really nice. You know, like they're shiny. If that like kind of thing you want, you got them right here for a $5.85, $4.86, pretty much in the $6 range. Usually just run the 1 to 2 copies of this card, because you know, you're not really trying to like max out. But like right now, if you're afraid of Diabolos, you might as well get the 2 copies. That's good. That's kind of why like a lot of these extra deck cards are, you know, starting to slowly go up, because if they're super important or very necessary, then you essentially need 2 copies, because, you know, if your opponent chooses to, you know, target that 1 copy of it, then at least you're gonna have that 2nd copy. So that's kind of a little bit of a backdraw with Diabolos running around the meta right now. And then you got the 2 budget versions. You got the premium gold, which is still a hollow, but this thing right here is, you know, $1. This is 85 cents, but we got a near mint first ed for 85. We got 20 of them for 85 cents. So, you know, once these are gone, they go back to the dollar range. But this guy just kind of crashed them a bit. You know, but like that's kind of how it goes. I think that, like, you know, once, you know, like I said, if people just want that budget version, there's more than enough people to bring this back to the $1 point. And then it's the last one, like I said, the last one is super budget. They're like the rare 41 cents. Nothing really too much to talk about in that one, but there is a lot to talk about with these cards right here. Purrely, man, I had some of these cards in my hand. I had the opportunity to hold on to them. I very much just fell off because I thought it was just going to be more of a tax. It looks like this was more, not only a tax, but like a very much a hype. This cards, you know, these Purrely cards have been being bought out over and over and over again. But we're looking at the Ultra, $46.90, $47.99. So we're looking at, basically, once these 2 are gone, we're looking at $49. This is almost a $50 card if you want to get this. I am very sorry. If you were looking to play Purrely, you should have jumped on these when these were like, I think they were 15, then they went to 25. They went to 30, now they're 50. These things are just starting to climb up, and that really is the same. Like, the same is going to be said about you know, these other stuff. I'm not going to go too much into this because this stuff is going to make me stutter like a motherfucker. So screw all these names. We all know this is the spell. Screw this. Purrely Pretty Memory. Bam, got it. Awesome. I'm the best. Okay, so moving past that. This one has not gone up as much as the other one, because this one is not as important as the other one. The other one is like, you know, the really good one. But even this one right here, like, even if you look at the chart, it has still been going up. It kind of started right there in the, you know, $11 range. Slowly but surely, it is kind of creeping its way up. This thing is $29.49, $29.50. We're looking at a $30 card. So if you, like I said, if this is something you were holding on to the beginning, you are more than doubling your money on these cards. And if you were holding off on buying these cards in the beginning, you are paying double the money for these cards. And that's just kind of how it is. Like, it is, you know, it is very cute, and it is not a waifu tax. I do not approve of this being a waifu tax. It is a cute tax. So yeah, like that's what's going down here. But you got all this, man, and it's like, yeah. So you're essentially you're paying $30 for this card. But the main card that you're actually looking for is my friend Purrely. This is the one that allows you to recycle from the graveyard and allow you to reveal 3 to add 1 to your hand. And it's just like, that right there has kind of similar thing. You're paying $13 and boom, it just went all the way up. And this one right here, you got a light play first ed for $47.45, $47.46. We're looking at the $47, $48 range for this card. This one is almost the same price as, you know, as this one right here. So the regular Purrely and then the card my friend Purrely are both going for this, are a very similar price point. This one is like a little bit off. This one's more kind of closer to 47, 48, while the other one is kind of closer to 50. But still keep in mind that this is a $47 card, so there's no way around it. If you have like one copy, you were kind of on the fence, just jump off the fence and sell it, get your money, because you never know. You know what, actually, no, maybe you want to hold it again, see if it gets another buyout. That is possible, because if this becomes meta, then yeah, like a lot of people are going to be searching for this card. Ohime, the Manifest Mikanko. This is another card that has actually gone down, and I wish I would have realized that how down it was when I was at Frankenstein's the other day, and I would have jumped and bought at least a playset of these. These right here are going for $17.80, pretty much like $18. I got 25 copies of them for $18.94, and these were high. These were at $44 at one point, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's either this combo deck that I saw, or it's the new Metadome. I think that's the name of the new archetype is gonna be coming out, and that one right there. And I think that actually runs like a bit of like a Mikanko engine. So actually, I'm gonna start jumping on these. And like I said, I would suggest you do the same. If you see these at your locals, pick them up. Someone has them, pick them up. But for $17, hella pick these up right now. Do not get caught off guard. These cards can jump back up in price. And then the last card that I want to talk about is Hot Red Dragon Archfeet King Calamity. This one right here is nothing crazy. There's nothing too wild going on right now, but with with the introduction of the Assault Stardust Synchro Dragon, you like that. Like I was watching some combo videos over the weekend, talking with some of the homies, and essentially this right here could be a problem. Now I did realize that it does have a super budget version. You have a rare, so I really don't I don't see I don't see a problem with you being able to get your hands on this card. So it isn't going to be like, oh, you better get your one copy now or there'll be no chance. But I would also not be surprised if the ultra rare from Shining Victories goes up tremendously. I'm talking like a lot, even though it does have another ultra rare, so it does have a competing one. Right now, these right now are at 79 cents. This is another card that I wish I would have took a look at, and I wish I would have picked up probably like 9 copies. I would feel comfortable going to my locals or finding someone that has the original Ultra Shining Victories version, and I would just go and I would buy 9 copies of this card. Yeah, this freaking effect is insane. And the chart, they were higher and they just started to go down, 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 and down. But now look, the first editions are starting to slowly kind of go back up. But I would just cut it off right here, and I would start buying all the first edition copies. So I had 9 copies of them, and I would want to have this card on hand. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Sorry, I'm sorry that it came out a little late. Usually these come out on Monday. I am going to be doing a bit of a different schedule, and I mentioned that at the beginning. So yeah, so if you like what we do here, please feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, peace out, and